financing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go.
Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast.
Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you
JP, 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio, 800-771-1025. That's the phone number. You want to chime in on the conversations, always appreciate that. Love to have you. If you want to watch the show, you can do that too. You can just go to YouTube, put it in 1025 The Bone, end up on the YouTube channel, and click play, and there you go. You can watch the show and play along in the chat. Good morning to you all. Good morning to Monica and Dizzy. What's going on? How's Tings? Everything cool?
Morning.
Morning. What's going on? What's
Nothing
happening
much
about you
here.
guys?
Very boring.
Well,
Why? That means you're lying and something happened, and now we have to spill all the tea.
Oh, wait. No, nothing happened. We're good over here. I think.
sure?
Has anything happened, Monica?
Not that I know. Uh-oh.
Oh.
no, I just happened to see this right now. Like, no, I'm having a great day. Everything's been awesome. And I don't know, nothing's exciting, but nothing's boring.
What did you just
but I
say?
just saw breaking news here, like literally a minute ago.
What is it?
On a whole other note, 3 Newport Richie schools are on controlled. I don't know what controlled campus status means. Maybe
That means they can't leave. Now it's like remember when the bikers went into the bar in the Bronx Tale,
now you can't.
and they
leave.
were asked nicely to leave, and they wouldn't leave, and then he goes over, locks the door, and said, "Now you can't leave."
Yes, and they got their butts kicked.
That's what that is.
So they're on 3 Newport Richie controlled campus status after a teenage girl was shot in the area on Wednesday morning. That's today,
Did
right?
you see the video of that principal?
Oh,
Guy,
yeah.
The guy, some kid,
Yes.
walks into the school with a gun, and this 60-something-year-old principal just comes from out. So the gunman walked in the front door, and right on the right-hand side there was a bench. And on that bench there was like a student, I guess, sitting on the bench further down towards the end away from where the gunman came in. Gunman walks in, and then from the right side of the screen, the gunman's left. All of a sudden, this principal, who must have played football at some point in his life, came out and just bum rushed this gunman, tackled him onto that bench.
Yep. While
Got
it was
shot
happening.
during it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he ended up getting shot in the leg. But if you watch that video, there's a point there, and I understand. I'm watching it from here. I'm not in that moment. But if he so chose, he could have snapped that guy's arm in half because he has the guy's arm. So he's got him tackled onto the bench, right? So the guy's back is on the bench, and his arm with the gun is hanging off the side. It's not on the back side of the bench. It's on the side where your legs would go, and it's hanging off. If that principal just wrenched down on it and just pushed it down, his forearm would have snapped in half.
Oh, but I mean...
In half.
Oh, can you do that to someone? Or what?
In that situation,
Yes.
you bet your ass you could. 100%. You're trying to get that gun out of the guy's hand, and then another teacher or another adult came into the room and then it also got on top of him, and then later you don't see anything after that. But then the cops came and took the kid away, the gunman away. And the principal, man, and he's just saying, I just want to get back to my students. I just want to get back into school. I want to get back to work as soon as possible. I'm like,
This guy's going to be Sully. He's the teacher version of Sully. Like,
Yeah.
that dude is a superhero, man.
And
Yeah.
the kid was like a Columbine.
enthusiast.
Enthusiast. Yeah. Like he wanted to do worse than Columbine that day, which is crazy.
Is that what he said? I didn't see any
he said-
follow-up to it.
Wanted to conduct his own school shooting like the Columbine shooters did. That was like a quote from him, like the kid. Insane.
So this was in...
and he was going to shoot a student, and the gun malfunctioned when he tried to shoot one of the students there.
But he barely gets in the front door. He barely got in the front. I don't know how that happened. Maybe he was on the outside because he barely... it couldn't have been on the outside because if the gun jammed, unless he had two guns, which is possible. Because if the gun jammed outside, because, I mean, this principal tackled him the moment that dude walked in the door. Like, he got 3 steps, and this principal comes out of the right side of the screen and just bum rushes that kid.
Maybe he was going to.
So I think it happened right before. I think it says the crazed gunman weapon malfunction before he aimed his pistol at another student who begged him not to open fire. Moore, who has worked in the school district for more than 35 years, rushed to the school lobby to investigate the commotion. So I guess he heard all that, and that's what made him come out of his office and tackle him.
Because when you see that guy walk in, he doesn't raise that gun. Like, there's a student sitting there on the bench, and he doesn't raise the gun. I wonder who the kid, you know.
In other words, it didn't just, that wasn't like the moment it started. I think there was stuff happening beforehand, and then that's
it must have been. Or maybe the guy walked in and he was screaming. That principal came out, man. He came out like a beast, like an absolute beast. His name is, and we should definitely get his name out there. It was Pauls Valley High School in Oklahoma. This principal's name is Kirk Moore. And it says here, he's expressed gratitude for the outpouring of love and support, and he just wants to get back to work. He ended up getting shot in the leg in that situation.
Wants to go back to work.
Yeah, I'm watching it again. So the gunman does attempt to raise the gun as the principal is coming out, and he just gets there too fast. He just got there too fast, and he just wrecks him.
Man.
Good for that guy. I'm watching it again. The student that's sitting on the bench, he takes off running, as he should. And this dude just comes out. He could have, Monica, you watching it? He could have snapped his arm in half.
I saw the still of him, of the principal on top, and that guy is a hero.
Whatever the school's named, you got to rename it to his
right?
name now.
Oh,
That's his school now.
Yeah. It is his school now.
It says Paul's Valley, but not for long.
Nope.
It's Kirk's Valley.
It's the principal.
No doubt. Wonder how many lives he saved.
It's amazing. I can't even think about it. It's just scary to think about. And the fact, especially since I read the same thing about this kid having Columbine as some sort of goal of some sort. Who knows what he was planning on doing. And these poor kids, listen, I don't know how kids go to school at all today, but how do you go to school tomorrow or whatever and just be like, they were this close. They had no idea, just in class learning.
Yeah.
And they were this close to God knows what. We'd be talking about a whole other story right now.
Yeah. I guarantee you the attendance in that school today is low, if it's even open.
Yeah.
It might not even be open. There'll be cops all over it doing an investigation. And
mental health people there available to him probably.
I imagine there's people who passed him in the parking lot and he didn't shoot them because he wanted to wait till he got inside. And you'd be like, oh, my God, I passed this guy on the way in.
Yep.
I didn't even know that.
This dude's name is Hawkins. The kid's name is Hawkins. I shouldn't even give it. But he was a former student at the school.
It was like 22, I think, or something.
Yeah, it says here. He said he was 20 years old.
20.
He said his intention was to kill students, faculty members, that he went to the school. He didn't like the principal. Prosecutors are alleging, and he said he wanted to conduct his own, like you said, school shooting like Columbine shooters in 1999.
He didn't like the principal, and that's the guy who took him down. That's got to suck for him. He's like, oh, no.
Yep.
Right.
The one guy. Most principals would probably just cower under their desk and call the cops. This guy's like,
and to be honest with you,
save the school.
I don't know that there's any shame in that. You don't want to. You got to do what you got to do, but you also have to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
I don't know where the line is. Again, I don't know how people go to school.
Pauls Valley Police Chief Don May said in an interview that Moore's football-like takedown thwarted a tragedy. Quote, it doesn't surprise me that he took the actions that he took, but it is amazing the actions that he took. There's not a doubt in my mind that he saved kids' lives today.
Oh, so he was probably known, it sounds like, as being a extra mile, good guy.
But here's what gets me. And to me, this is a little bit of trouble with the system. This kid is being held. The shooter is being held in a detention center in lieu of $1 million bail. Why would you even offer this guy bail?
Yeah, that's insane.
Why would you even offer that?
Are there
the kid, you know what his intentions were.
I'm with you, and I'm not saying that, but maybe there's rules we don't know, like unless he killed someone.
Right.
You know what? I don't know what the parameters are. I have no idea. I'm just saying that has to be something like that.
I feel like once you take a gun to school and say, I want to do Columbine, you should not get bail.
I'm with you.
Right, especially when he's telling that to you.
Yeah.
You know? It says he's been charged with shooting with intent to kill, feloniously pointing a firearm and carrying a weapon into a public assembly. According to court records, his lawyer did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. He is scheduled to be in court again on May 8th for a preliminary hearing. So he's sitting there until May 8th. But if somebody comes up with $1 million, like if family members, pool their money. When a friend of mine got in trouble, I told you this story. He had gotten into a fight while he was at college, and he ended up getting into a fight with a football player from another school. My buddy was maybe $150, $160 at that time. He was a skinny dude, high school soccer player, the whole deal. He was going to college in upstate New York, and there was another college nearby. There was a party. This got into a fight with this other guy who was like 6'5", 260, and my buddy had always, for as long as I know him, had a pocket knife on him, and he was on the bottom, like he was taking a pretty bit, kind of taking a beating, and he reached in his pocket and he pulled out the knife and he stabbed the kid in the ass to get him off, and he hit an artery. Ooh. And by the time the ambulance got there, the guy bled out and he died in the hospital. Right. So when that happened, the whole family, put their houses up for bail to get this kid out of jail in the meantime. Right. But this wasn't somebody, he was in a situation where he was protecting himself. And, so the family rallied. But you don't know what you got here. So if you're telling me the family can rally and put together $1 million, which I think they only have to do what, 10% of that?
Yeah.
Maybe it's different in this case. But if they only have to put 10%, I mean, somebody can maybe mortgage a house and get this dude out, and you're going to let him walk out of jail. This just doesn't make any sense to me. I hope I'm missing something there. I really hope I'm missing something. The principal said he credited training for his reaction, quote, like so many educators around the country, we prepare for these events.
Oh, wow.
Through training and careful assessment of the threats. He said, I am grateful that my instincts and training as well as God's hand were available to me.
I didn't know they trained for that sort of thing.
Yeah. He got shot in the leg. He's in the hospital, but he just says he wants to get back to work. He wants to get back to his students.
Man, give the perfect answer. I just want to get back to work. They're like,
yeah,
this guy's
that's a good one. But meanwhile, he's making phone calls. Get my retirement papers ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going back after that.
No.
I don't know if I'm going back after that.
60 years old and you got shot in the leg and stopped a gunman.
But it doesn't sound like, I bet his family says, like, that's just him. Like, he sounds like he is just not that guy who just wants to go and sit at home and retire.
Right, because he could have, he could have done what you said before and cowered behind his.
Which, no shame. I don't want people to. I mean, if you feel like it's too I don't know what they train you to say. Do they train you to like, well, it's scary, but you just got to put your body in the way? Do they train them that way? I have no idea.
I
don't think there should be shame in taking care of yourself as well.
Yeah, if a gunman came in here, I'm hiding under the desk. I'm not going to start tackling guys here.
Yeah, but also, I mean, there were no like if there's kids in the area, I guess instinct would be to try and protect the kids, even though it's not safe. I don't know. Oh, God, I don't know.
They're my neighbor is in charge. He's got a whole school security business. He's got a whole bunch of school districts that he's in charge of, and they do these all the time for staff. Like what happens in these situations, to the point where they'll close school for a day or two during the year. Kids are off, but faculty has to go in, and they do training for this. Dude, they're flying drones in schools now in these situations. They have armed, a lot of the school districts, like the school district I'm in, has armed security. They're outside the building, but they're like right outside the doors. So they don't have the guns in the school unless something like this, goes down, and then they rush in. But they're flying drones around to find out where he is, to find out where the person is. It's crazy. It's intense, man. And there's a lot of time and a lot of money that's put into these, and a lot of these school districts. I will say this. I feel, because I know who's running the show as far as security goes in my district, I feel incredibly, I should knock on wood right now, I feel incredibly safe with my kids going there. My wife's school, different ballgame.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about, I don't know how it works or what the funding is, but I'm thinking about schools that don't have a lot of money in the first place, so they don't get to have this training or drones or any of that. Like I don't know how that works, but I just hope that everybody has access. Yeah.
I feel like, we got away from your original story. Where was that again? They're on kind of lockdown?
Oh, no, I lost that story.
You lost it?
So long ago. It was like 15 minutes ago. It was. I want to say it was Newport Richie.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said too. So I guess, if you got people there, we'll keep you updated on that situation too in case that changes. It's JP, Monica, and Dizzy. Getting started on a strange note for us, but
Yeah, and I felt weird bringing it up, but since it was literally a breaking news 1 minute, that's why I was like,
all good, man.
say something.
All good. We'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning.
Come experience our award-winning service department. We service all makes and all models. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now, for a limited time, you'll get the best service offers we've ever had. Like a lube oil and filter change, just $14.95. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. And if that's not enough, we price match the competition. Get $40 off any brake job, alignment, or battery. And our factory-trained technicians can have you in and out in less than an hour. Set your next service appointment at BrandonHonda.com. Call 813-280-0151 for complete details.
You know that Climate Design's been installing AC in Tampa Bay for over 50 years, including Train. Well, they also handle plumbing and electrical work too. So if your kid flushed a toy, your toilet's flooding, call Climate Design. With over 1,000 5-star reviews, you can count on Climate Design Home Services for peace of mind and total comfort. Call 727-295-1572 or go to climatedesign.com, climatedesign.com.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Offices Tampa, St. Petersburg.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call Trajan today at 813-212-0500. That's 813-212-0500.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Don't miss out on IDC's biggest ever spring store-wide sale. 3 explosive days. April 24th, 25th, and 26th. Up to 30% off. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands. Thousands of engagement ring mountings on sale. Killer deals on natural and lab-grown diamonds. Top jewelry designers are here with sale prices on their entire collections. An expanded array of luxury pre-owned Rolexes. It's April 24th through 26th. IDC's biggest event ever. Up to 30% off or 36 months zero interest financing. International Diamond Center. Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. See store for details.
Foreigner in concert. Foreigner 4, the deluxe tour. Performing all the songs from the classic album 4 and other hits.
You're as cold as ice.
Special appearance by Lou Graham. Very special guest, Night Ranger. This Saturday night, the Baycare Sound. Tickets on sale now at thebaycaresound.com. Foreigner 4, the deluxe tour, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to JP.
JP, Monica, Diz, 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio, 800-771-1025. About an hour, a little less than an hour. We'll get to Dead Guy in the Envelope.
JP.
What?
As I'm listening to this.
I'm sorry, I almost sneezed again.
Bless you.
My bad. What's up?
I'm listening to this the commercial break, and I heard the Morgan & Morgan commercial, and
Dude, that guy's got billboards everywhere.
Dude, he has Orlando. His mom doing commercials in Orlando. When I was visiting my cousin, I'm like, Morgan & Morgan is for the people.
He's everywhere.
He is. Well, around here, he was talking about there was discussions that he might run for governor, and he came out in a video and announced, no, I'm not running for governor. But he did say one thing I did agree with. He's like, most people agree on the same things. Whether if you're Republican or Democrat, we all just want to be able to pay our rents and blah 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 blah. So he says the nation, not only does the nation need, but Florida needs a third political party.
I don't disagree with that. I don't think it'll ever happen.
Well, he's on a mission, and you know how he is. And so he was behind the marijuana on the legal in Florida route.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that was on that, I think? Anyway.
Yeah, he was.
So he's now saying he's going to form a third party. It's happening. He's just not running for governor on it. But he also said, oh, God, this guy.
I don't think he understands the weight of the machine. I think people think they can just go in there and do these kind of things, and I wish that was the case. But then all of a sudden the machine kicks in, and it's lights out.
I mean, he can do it, but you're right. It might be. But the thing is, homeboy's got money. And that's face facts. That's what it takes is money.
That's kind of what happened, with Trump, and Perot before him tried to do the whole thing, but with the Trump thing,
Trump gets whoever behind him, all the billionaires or whatever, and look
not
what
even
happens.
not even that, or he's given a message that the people are down with. But look how hard the machine kicked in to try and stop him a million different ways, right? And that's kind of what happens. I mean, that's what happens. Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen to John. Listen, I wish they would do a third party. I'd probably be down with that.
Well, apparently
99% of me would probably say I would totally be down with that.
You voting for Morgan & Morgan for the people? I think that's a good slogan to have, I guess.
Listen, it depends on what he's running on. I'm listen. I'll listen. If this Fetterman dude decided to run his hat for president, I'd listen to him. He's a common sense mofo. He says a lot of things that I couldn't agree with more. Sometimes he agrees with the left. Sometimes he agrees with the right. And I think that's where the truth lies. The truth lies in the middle. I think both of these parties go way too far left, and the other one goes way too far right.
Yes.
And where America lives, most of America lives, I think is right in the middle.
And that's
but the
what
media
he's saying.
portrays the crazy because that's what gets the clicks.
Yes, he's saying that we all want to be safe in our schools. So nobody's anti being able to pay our bills. Like I think a majority of us just want the same things. We're just going about it different ways or extremes or whatever. Well, this third party he wants to create, one of my favorite things about it is he just can't come up with a name for it. He wants
Does he want something catchy, or does he want just call it the Common Sense Party? And I think people would jump on board. It says exactly what it is.
Well, he wants the people to name it, and he's offering a reward for it. So he's going to get political party face, right?
I was going to say, he's going to get party McPartisan, 100%.
Yeah, he's going to get
What was that? Bodie McBoatface.
Yeah.
What was that from? Were they naming a military ship?
I don't remember, but it was so
What
wrong.
was Bodie McBoatface? I need to know. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, it was boat. Yeah, it's a plane. No, it was boat. It was the first one, but then after that, everybody just
Bodie McBoatface. British Autonomous Underwater Vehicle, AUV, specifically a yellow robotic submarine renowned for a 2016 public poll to name a new polar research ship. And they put it out there, and they came up with Bodie McBoatface.
And I'm telling you, McParty, I don't know.
McParty face is definitely going to happen.
God. But I mean, I don't know if he wants something catchy. I don't know if he wants, something serious, but he's going to get some crazy stuff. But I think, is this a good idea to take it to the public? We're like,
you know what?
He's got people on a team where he could easily take marketing
right, and just
people
call it something.
Yeah,
getting it off the ground is it's probably a way for him to check the pulse of the people and see if it's something that they want, and getting them involved that way. And if they get like the crazy numbers of people, I mean, did he set up a website or a social media thing where people can go in and vote?
He said, in the coming days, I'm going to be rolling out the paperwork. And then he said he's going to ask voters to come up with a name after that. So I'm sure we're going to be hearing about it. He's, it says here, and I didn't realize he was responding. The Democratic Party mega donor is known for his efforts raising Florida's minimum wage to $15 an hour and legalizing medical marijuana. I knew he was behind the marijuana thing, but
yeah.
So he's got like money in this machine you're talking about. It seems like he's somehow, maybe a toe is in the pool.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep that goes or who he knows, but
I had a friend of mine who was a business owner. I used to do, he had like a home improvements business, and he did my kitchen, and he ended up advertising on the other radio station, and I was doing his endorsement ads and everything. We became friends, and he had a lot of money. His business was successful. Then he sold the business, and he got millions for the business, and just an all-around kind of good dude. And I used to tell him, he used to want to run for office, and he ended up running for office. Oh. And I go, dude, what do you want to get involved with this stuff for? Like, for what? I go, why not just keep making the donations and pulling the strings? Why the hell do you want to get involved? I go, dude, you're going to get yourself, you're going to end up with problems you don't want to end up with. And what do you think happened?
Problems he didn't want.
He got popped. He got popped. And I'm sitting there and I didn't call him and say, I told you so. I haven't spoken to him much since. Like, I thought we were friends. I mean, we used to get together with the wives. He
hates you now. You caused it all. You jinxed it.
No, I didn't cause it all. I just said to him, I'm like, dude, you need this, you need a hole in the head. And you just made millions. You just sold and made millions of dollars. You can stop, drop, and roll anytime you want. You want to be on some town board and going to grand openings of ballparks. And
I know you don't. You don't. But some people want to get involved. Yes, and they know it's a headache, and they know the state of the world, but they just feel like they want to get involved. Right. And they shouldn't.
Do you think he got popped for doing the right things, or do you think he got popped because he got his hand in the cookie jar?
I hope that it's for doing good things.
No, nobody gets popped and in trouble and in the papers. You know what I'm saying, with arraignments and that kind of stuff. And, it turned out nothing much came out of it, at least yet, which makes me wonder if he, dropped a dime on some other people, which is possible.
Dropped a dime.
But, well, now it would be a quarter, picked up a cell phone and I think the terms changed.
Maybe it has.
But, I will not. Maybe just because it's the furthest thing from anything I would ever want to do.
Exactly.
And then I'm looking at these politicians now, these dudes that just can't keep it in his pants. Like this Eric Swalwell guy, right? Mm-hmm. And I think there's another dude from Texas.
Mm-hmm, there's two.
The guy from Texas, he's the one that got himself in I cannot remember his name. I apologize. Diz, maybe you can look it up real quick. He's the guy who got popped. He was dating, he was married, but he had a side piece, and that side piece ended up lighting herself on fire.
Jeez.
And now there's another woman that's coming out and making accusations. And on the other side, you got this Swalwell guy, and all of a sudden it's case after case after case, woman after woman after woman. And he was supposed to run.
Everybody in politics is banging everybody. What's happening here?
Well, that's my point is.
Tony Gonzalez? Is that his name?
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
I went to school with the Tony Gonzalez. I wonder if it's the same guy.
Didn't Tony Gonzalez play tight end for the Chiefs?
You're right. Yeah.
And Atlanta at the end? So, these guys, he's there, he's in Congress or Senate, whatever the hell he's doing. And the minute you got in trouble, everybody turned against him. Everybody. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right. And if he did all the things, and if you ask me, he probably did, just everybody turns on you so quick. I'm like, why would you want to, unless it's greed, Like, why would you possibly
It's
want to put
always
yourself
great.
in these situations?
It's
I
always
just don't
great.
understand it.
But also, the people that turn don't want any fingers pointing at them and
Right.
looking at them because they're doing the same darn thing.
You know, this is why I always tell you, like, I have my people, and my people are my people, and I don't need anything. Because if it would take me getting in trouble for something huge, like all of a sudden I was a pedophile or something like that, for my people to turn on me. Not turn on me. Listen, they'd all pull me aside and be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are you out of your mind? But they would never leave me.
But
They would never leave me. But these politicians, these guys, man, everybody you think you're tight with, they couldn't run for cover fast enough. Who the hell wants to be surrounded by that?
But I think I would assume, at least I think I would know that going in. Like, I'm not going to expect these people if we're all corrupt, if we're all of us doing shady stuff, I don't think there's honor in that. I don't think you have such good character that you're going to stand by me and not, rat me out. I feel like if we're all, including myself, I'm going to rat you out. We're all shady. We're all wrongdoers.
I know.
So I can't trust any of y'all.
But what scares me is, like, these are the people running the country. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, that's why I always say they're all scumbags. All of them. All of them. Yeah. I don't care what you tell me. Oh, no, he's in it for the right reasons. He's in it for, no, he's not.
All we can do, JP.
No, she's not.
All we can do, if that's the case, and you always say it's not ever always or something like that.
Right.
So I have hope that there are people that are trying to do right. Having said that, and I'm not saying that they're not also trying to be greedy and shady. Who knows?
Right.
But I'm saying
that's a good way to put it, because we probably all would like to do a little bit of good, but because that covers the bad.
Yes. And I don't know who's who or whatever, but all I can hope for in this exact environment that we all kind of agree on that's happening is, okay, fine. Go be greedy and shady, and I don't know what you're doing or why or who, whatever. Just let me be able to afford to have a house. You know what I mean? You can do two things. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. Right. Get $1 million. Give me one of those dollars. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure that on your off time or when you're working or whatever, make sure you
get it
keep
sorted
the economy. Out. Yeah, we're not, as regular people who aren't doing any of that we're not screwed.
And don't just grandstand, because, at one point there's so much, and again, it's both sides, where years ago they take one side because that's what their team was doing, and now it's kind of switched, and now they're like they condemn it. I'm like, just be real. Why can't you just be honest?
No, because I don't think they understand what honest is anymore.
I have another friend of mine who's got a business it's in the middle of being sold, right? And in the contract of the sale of the business, the new buyer has a year to pay. So he just assumed that they would, pay him either monthly, until the year was up. And it turned out that they decided they're not going to pay him until the very end of the year. Now he's like holding on by a thread because he's got no money coming in. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it's just so, why is it like, it's just so easy. Mm. And I know this sounds strange coming from me, because I do know the angles, and I do know, how to be crooked but at the same time, it's like, it just seems so easy for me to say, it's just easier to do the right thing.
Listen,
like, it's more work to be a scumbag.
I say this all the darn time. The effort and the planning and the brain power, just do the right thing, follow the rules, and you don't have to do any of that.
My buddy Tony Spence and his brother, man, if that dude spent half the time
I know
putting into work as he did trying to figure out how to not have to work, he'd have been a millionaire by now.
Yeah.
He would have been a millionaire by now. But nope, it was all that time spent. But back to the scumbags who can't keep it in their pants. It's nice to see Katy Perry, like the ladies getting involved. Did you see the Katy Perry stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
she's
how
got
she rubbed
two women accusing her of sexual assault.
One wasn't offended, though, from what I understand. The other chick, the earlier chick in
the
like
Ruby
the 90s.
Rose? Yeah.
No, the one from the earlier.
Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, her. She said she was like, all right, whatever.
Oh,
She
it
was
happened
cool
to
with it.
Anna Kendrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Katy Perry touched her cleavage. I think she said it on Conan, but I don't know if after this Ruby Rose thing came out, she got back in the game and brought it up. Maybe I'm not sure.
I ain't motorboating anyone.
You know what,
motorboat
Monica?
days
I'm
are
telling
over.
you.
They're over. No more motor
chill.
I'm telling you. Do I think Katy Perry is some sort of rapey sexual deviant? Maybe not, but it doesn't matter.
Well, what?
It
let
doesn't
Ruby
matter, but
Rose-
it is nice to know that the ladies can't keep it in their pants for a change. I'll tell you that.
You literally
because the guys would get a bad name unless you're a teacher. Then it's all ladies. It's all ladies, man.
The way Ruby Rose or whatever, well, the way she described it, that's a line. Like motorboating or grabbing, I think Anna Kendrick said she grabbed her butt or whatever. Like that sort of thing, whatever. But, the explicit, if you don't know, look it up. We literally can't say it on the radio because of the description of it all. But it's more than
what.
just a butt grab.
I don't even, can you tell me what she did? Because I
this,
just,
She pulled her underwear to the side, and then she rubbed something.
Oh,
in
yeah?
her face.
On the face, yeah.
On her face.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, Katie. All right.
But then what I'm saying is that's more than.
Turns
just
out
a
she
little
did more than just
silly.
kiss a girl. Hey,
right?
You're the first one to say that. I bet nobody thought of that.
Hey-o.
She called it a disgusting vajayjay. She said her disgusting vajayjay on my face. That's insane to me.
Wait. Katy Perry rubbed hers on
It's like, careful.
I misunderstood. I thought somehow like Katy Perry dropped down and slid the other girl's panties and put her face.
It was Katy Perry stuff.
Yeah.
That was near the other person's face.
Yeah.
I don't want to use any what do you call
descriptive words?
No, I don't
Euphemisms?
want any prepositions. That's when we get in trouble. So no in or on or around or
Thank God you explained that. I appreciate you.
anything a cat can do to a box. In, around,
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
over,
That's
under. Yeah.
This is for prepositions?
In, out. Yeah.
Got
A
it.
what?
A preposition.
No. What did you say before?
Anything. Well, this is how it was described to us in third grade. Okay, so you guys can handle it.
You don't know that was really in third grade.
It
You
was.
learned
I remember
prepositions in
it.
third grade.
I remember it. She said anything a cat can do to a box.
Oh, okay.
It was my gifted and talented teacher, Mrs. Kratz. Anyway, so
Shout out
that's
to Miss
how
Kratz.
that's how I remember it, and that's how you. And in radio, no prepositions allowed. That'll get you in trouble.
I wonder if anything will actually happen to Katy Perry. I don't know what the laws are because I guess it happened in Australia.
Yeah.
And it happened 16 years ago, so I don't know.
And she talked about it on a podcast already. And she made jokes of it. Not Katy Perry, the other one, Ruby Rose.
Right, but I did read that it's, she said something about it took I didn't report it at the time. It took years for me to find my voice.
It's creepy and scary.
But now I did.
But I've heard she's known for this. The Ruby Rose thing, making allegations against tons of different people. And, nothing comes from it. Because there's really no proof. It's her word against theirs. And
she's saying here
always
that she,
deny it.
earlier yesterday, she had finalized reports with the police officers in Melbourne, Australia. Said this means I'm no longer able to comment, repost, or talk publicly about those cases. It's gonna. She said it's going to look like I'm ignoring everything from supportive messages to the people's experiences, but I'm not. Yeah, man. Well, listen. It wasn't Katie's ex-husband. Who's the dude? The long hair comedian.
Yeah,
Russell Brand. Yeah.
Didn't he get popped for some rapey stuff too?
Yeah.
Yes.
A couple
Right?
of times. Multiple times, right?
Yes.
And now Katy Perry is dating the former Canadian
Prime Minister, yeah.
Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau. They were at Coachella together, looking like 20-year-olds. They look so weird.
You know what though? I bet you he's he's not leaving her side because she's hot and he can't do any better than this. But at the same time, he's just like, I had no idea you were into that. So hot. If you stay out of jail, you think you want to go to the swing clubs? Yeah. There's this place Caliente in Tampa. Awesome.
They hate him in
Keep
Canada.
it up north there. Keep it in Canada. We don't need your nonsense.
Well, they hate him up there. They said they ruined Canada.
Oh.
when he was
What's he
Prime
doing now
Minister.
then? I thought because I know
He's banging Katy Perry.
I guess so.
And I'm sure he got a job somewhere. Those guys don't come out of office and do nothing.
Does she sugar mama him? Is he a sugar baby?
I would love that so much.
Katy Perry sugar baby?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't agree on a lot of things.
I'm
but
saying, but you have to. She pays for everything. You don't have to work.
I could just shut up and look pretty for her.
But you have to go to events and be social and stuff. You got to go to Coachella.
Yuck. Yuck.
You'll work.
I said that to Raj this morning. I'm like, I don't think there's a festival I would want to be at less. I would enjoy an EDM festival more than I would enjoy going to Coachella.
Really?
I really would. I have no interest in any of that stuff. Like,
it is. They say it's like 90% content, like influencers and stuff like that. So it's a bunch
that
of
are in the crowd, or
Yeah.
I keep seeing people with people I don't know with fit checks, showing off their outfit and
Very
going the whole
much
thing. I'm like, this is my nightmare. That is my absolute nightmare. I think there was one year where maybe Guns N' Roses played or the Foo Fighters played, or I would have liked to have checked that out. But to have to sit through all these artists that I care nothing about just to get to that. I mean, I would show up, at 10 o'clock at night, an hour before the band I wanted to see was going to go on, and go see that and get out
and you're
of here.
spending how much money on a ticket for that?
Yeah,
Right.
it's all trust fund kids and douchey little
Celebrities,
rich kids,
yes.
nepo babies.
Yeah.
Influencers.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Stingray Chevrolet presents Calta Cruise 20. It's the 20th anniversary. And that means we're making this cruise 20 times better than anything you've ever done before in your life. Results subject to personal interpretation. Calta Cruise 20 departs from Tampa on April 1st, 2027 for a 4-night cruise on the Royal Caribbean Jewel of the Seas, heading to Cozumel. On Calta Cruise 20, we'll have a comedy show from Mike's number one best friend, comedian Robert Kelly, a live concert from the Mike Calta Show band Pitbull Toddler, and more surprises to be announced. Cabin start at only $770. You can put your deposit down now with Diane from Accent on Travel by emailing caltacruise@gmail.com. Do it now, and you'll get an early booking bonus. Book by May 15th, and you'll get a $50 onboard credit. For more information, go to theboneonline.com. Calta Cruise 20, presented by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4, and 102.5 The Bone.
Hey, it's Alex Flores from Furman Chevrolet in Brandon. As a veteran, it's important to me that men and women who served our country always feel welcome here, because you deserve it. And there's a reason we're #1 Chevy dealer in Tampa. At Furman Chevy Brandon, we say yes. Yes to transparent pricing, no dealer add-ons, no inflated markups. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. And from me personally to all my brothers and sisters who served in the armed forces, yes, you are always welcome here. Come see us on Adamo Drive or visit FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy of Brandon. Together, let's drive.
John Setting here with some summer Tease-Off tips. The pouch you dip between your cheek and your gum. It's full of vitamins, minerals, tea-cut herbs. It's going to give you that caffeinated boost we're all looking for. Now, if you're a good boy or girl, maybe you pop in a Tease-Off before the gym. You get a nice pump on. You feel energized. It's a thing of beauty. But maybe if you want to be a little bit naughty, and I don't talk about this enough, you make yourself a cocktail, a little tequila, a little soda, maybe a little squeeze of lime. Throw a mango habanero right in that drink. You've got an energized impromptu mango habanero margarita. The pouch is sweeping the nation. You can get it at Walmart, Walgreens, 7-Elevens, and many more. And you can even stock up online at teaseoffenergy.com. Use the code BONE20 for 20% off everything in the online store. Developed by local doctor and friend Brent Egg. And if you haven't tried this product, you're really sleeping on it. Go now, teaseoffenergy.com. We love you, Tease-Off. Why spit when you can swallow?
Hey, y'all, it's Bruce Woodburn, the Loner Ranger. Look, if you've been juggling high interest rate credit cards, personal loans, and just trying to make it to payday, you're not alone. But here's the truth. If you own a home, you may be sitting on the solution. A cash out refinance could help you roll all that debt into one simple payment. No more 22% credit cards, no more minimum payments that never seem to move the needle, just one monthly mortgage payment and a lot of peace of mind. Hey, I'll run the numbers for you. If it doesn't make sense, I'll tell you straight. No pressure, no sales pitch, just honest advice from the guy that's been helping folks just like you for over 30 years. Call 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Or go to WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Call now. Start saving.
Come on,
Oh, man.
Is your AC system failing to cool as efficiently as it should? Give Climate Design Home Services a call today, because now through the end of May, you could get a brand new super efficient Train HVAC system with a generous rebate of up to $2,600. Do not get caught in this Florida heat this summer. It could be even hotter than last year. Put your mind at ease. Call Climate Design at 527-540-0097 or go to climatedesign.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code EARN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code EARN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code EARN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Stream Real Raw Radio live. Anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app. And now, back to JP.
It's JP, 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio, 800-771-1025. You know, the story that kind of took off with breakneck speed was this Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel thing.
Yep.
So, first off, if you don't know what happened, she is like the lead NFL writer for The Athletic, and he is the head coach of the New England Patriots, right? And apparently they were at the NFL, the owners' meetings, and she was there, obviously, to write for The Athletic, and he was there as the coach of the Patriots. And they were seen, somebody used the phrase canoodling, which I thought kind of perfectly kind of describes it. They were kind of holding hands by the pool. Now, do we know what the context of the pictures were? No, but they're holding hands by the pool. They're both married with kids.
Oh,
wow. Right? So,
And listen, you do whatever you want to do, and I don't care who bangs who, whatever the hell it is. But they're both up and down saying, no, this didn't happen. This didn't happen. It's taken out of context and blah, blah, blah. Yesterday, she quits. She quits.
She pens a beautiful resignation letter.
But she quit her job.
But with an explanation in it.
And he's ducking press conferences. So, what?
Yes,
what?
I think, yes.
Right, so he's ducking press conferences. She penned a resignation letter. She quit her job.
She put reasons in there. She talked about her credibility and her job as a reporter and
understood.
Her getting attacked. And
my point is, if you didn't do it, are you folding up shop or are you fighting tooth and nail to clear your name?
And CJP, that's everybody's different on that answer. A lot of people are handling things differently. Understand that as a woman in sports, in any kind of sports field, as a woman in sports reporting, there is and good, bad, right or wrong, whatever. Trust me, I lived it. There is a huge double standard. What the expectations are for the woman versus the man are two totally different things.
Yeah, but you gotta measure them equally, apples to apples. So if he was a reporter and she was a GM and she was a source,
Hold on, he's
then
a coach.
he would have to be the one that got then. And listen, I don't think either one of them should lose their job over it.
I'm saying and
But it's
everything
the
we're
job
saying.
you have to compare.
Everything we're saying is about, you're right, jobs and apples and all of that. The reality for her, and she put part of this in the letter, is she is getting, I don't want to say the word attack because that sounds like physical stuff, but like the harsh words she's getting, the treatment that she's getting from both personal and professional people in her lives, she's got a family, is too much for her to bear right now. And I'm not saying that's good or she shouldn't fight or whatever. All I'm saying is she's reached a point that she is getting pummeled by her work people. And she even says in her letter that she wrote of resignation, she spent years on NBC, ESPN, all these networks building credibility. She's got sources that trusted her because she's good at her job and all of this or whatever. Now, her personal life, she's clearly cheating on her husband. Maybe she's not. I don't know. Nothing was proved. But I'm saying nothing to do with her professional life, her ability to do her job, and she's getting crushed for that. Now, in the meantime, he's refusing to do. He has the luxury and the privilege, I'm going to say it, to just not even address it yet.
But here's the thing about that.
And that's just not right to me.
Let's just say the canoodling did go down, right?
I mean,
Let's
we
just
see
say
pictures of them holding hands. I don't know.
Correct. Got it. So I'm leaning on the side that something happened, right? The minute a reporter, guy or girl, starts banging their sources,
Yeah.
the whole thing, changed. Here's the thing,
okay,
though.
but
On the
also
other
the
side,
source,
hold on, let me finish this point. On the other side, with Vrabel, if he was gay, right, and he was banging one of his players, and that player was, like, let's just say he was banging his backup quarterback, Drake May's backup, right? And all of a sudden, he benches Drake May and starts a lesser quarterback over it.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the comparison I think that needs to get made. I understand it sucks.
No, here's the deal, JP. There is a line between professional, like they're both at their jobs. I'll put it that way. Take away whatever their jobs are. They're both working. Okay, his job is to coach a team, a professional sports team. Her job is to report on that team. So you're exactly right. If you cross that line of blurring it or whatever, then you've screwed your own self over as far as job goes. Okay, but he has to. He has to. So. Hold on. He has to go. You just said about refusing press whatever.
Yeah, he's being a pussy.
What I'm saying is, and he has that luxury. He's doing it, and he's getting away with it. My point is, his part of his job, her job is reporting. Part of her job is getting sources to make sure she's reporting factual, all that. His job is to coach. Part of his job, and they make them do it before halftime and all of that, is to speak to reporters. So he crossed. He crossed the same line.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because
he's a man.
Him banging a reporter is not making him change the way he coaches the team.
Yeah, it's not compromise.
Her banging a source.
How do we know that's a source?
Hold on, could easily be seen by her bosses and her peers of clouding her judgment on a story.
If he's a source, we don't know that he's a source.
Well, he's the lead. She's the lead NFL writer for The Athletic.
But we don't know that.
And then they question, how does she get like exclusive interviews? Are you sleeping with this guy? Sleeping with that guy?
How do we know that's not his assistant who's leaking information? He has no idea about it. We can't.
It doesn't matter. You're doing it. If you're guilty, you're guilty. It doesn't matter how it gets out. You got out.
But not with him.
You know,
it's not a guy versus girl.
By the way, it wasn't his assistant that leaked the photos. It was the New York Post.
My point is
that leaked the photos.
We don't know.
Got to be honest with you, I think is a scummy thing to do. You want to hold him for ransom? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's scummier.
I understand what you're saying, Monica.
We don't know he's the source. We don't know that. He
is the source for stories. She has to interview him for stories for her job.
No, not secret. So when information is leaked, okay, when there's a trade or whatever, we don't know that it's him giving her that information. It could be anybody on the staff.
Right.
And
but if she's interviewing him, the guy got to the Super Bowl. I'm assuming, and I didn't go back and look, and I can during the commercial break, whether she interviewed him for for that. That's a source. That's a source of information for her to write a story.
Then it goes both ways. How do we know that he's not giving her special treatment or information that he's not giving to other girls?
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect how he's doing his job of coaching the New England Patriots.
Yes,
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
And that's where we're going to disagree.
No, it's not in that. So you can't just throw in the cards. What I'm trying to say is it's not.
I'm just telling you I disagree.
That's fine. But him banging a reporter does not affect
There is a
how
line.
he's coaching on Sunday.
Yes, it does. How do we know? How do we know?
How does it affect him?
How do we know it affects her? She could still be doing her job, but how do we know that he's not over there? Remember, Bill Belichick had his girlfriend on the sideline or whatever. How do we know he's not over there texting her on the sideline? He's thinking about her because she knows she's on the other sideline, or he knows she's reporting, "Hey, I'm going to meet you after the game."
She's not a reporter.
I'm not saying the girlfriend. I'm not saying Bill Belichick's girlfriend. I'm saying, how do we know that Vrabel isn't texting this NFL reporter he allegedly is having an affair with? How do we know that he's not texting her the whole time and it is affecting his job? If he's thinking about her and where they're going to meet out afterwards, but it doesn't mean that he's not distracted. She also had a 15-year career and is a great reporter.
I'm not saying she's not a great reporter, but that's a line as a journalist that you can't cross.
And it's a
as
line
a journalist.
that he can't
And they question everything about her career.
But
it's the job.
It could affect his job coaching. You're making it sound like that's impossible. And you're giving him that pass because of who he is versus...
I'm not giving it...
It's not impossible. It's a big stretch, though.
And I think it's a big
could
stretch
drop
that
dead
she
tomorrow.
is.
I wouldn't care less. I could care less. This guy affects my life. I'm just going job by job. You know, you start...
If it was a male reporter and he slept with a WNBA coach who was married, that male reporter would get in trouble because it's going to affect his job. And
I just think that both... I'm not saying she was right. I'm not saying he was right. I think they're both two adults that are married that made decisions that I don't even know the fullest extent of, but both of them should be getting the same treatment, and one of them isn't. And that's my...
But they also have different peers in that, don't you think? You know, hers is coming from her bosses and her journalistic community.
And why isn't his coming from... In this world, I'm not saying he's better than anybody, but his job is, I should say, more prestigious maybe. And so he shouldn't be... It's almost like in a job, like you can't sleep with people who are below you in rank. Same concept.
Yeah, we'll never agree on that. And that's okay. And it's JP, Monica, Dizzy, 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Did you miss the Mike Calta show today?
If anybody wants to make fun of Carmen's arms, though, that stuff is wide open.
You're the
Feel free.
worst.
Oh, come on. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He did it on purpose.
I know. 100% he did.
I swear over my children.
He sent it to the other chat to us and said, "Oh my God, look."
No, I did not. No, I did not say that.
I'm going to post it to you. I was like, "Don't do it."
I did not say that.
Listen to the Mike Calta Show every weekday morning at 6 a.m. on The Bone. Or anytime with the full show replay on the free 102.5 The Bone app.
Get it all in April at Brandon Hyundai Sales Event with 102.5 The Bone. This Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. Win Busch Gardens tickets every 30 minutes, hockey swag, concert tickets, and more. Fun prizes and great deals all happening this Saturday at Brandon Hyundai. Don't miss it.
Being in a crash? Don't let the system scare you. We make it simple. Farah and Farah.
Tampa. What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Just when you thought the savings had ended, Crown Kia is just getting started. That's right. Right now at Crown Kia, the deals are stronger than ever.
We have new Sportage and Sorrentos with 0% APR.
Plus, 0 payments for 90 days.
Or a new Telluride.
Just $449 per month. Don't wait. These offers won't last forever. We don't want to see you
in another dealer's Kia.
Crown Kia, the better way to buy and service.
Call 800-371-0942 for complete details.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Tampa injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Be the Thunder and cheer on the Bolts this postseason at Benchmark International Arena. Single game tickets for all Lightning first round playoff home games are on sale now at Ticketmaster. This Lightning postseason is presented by Advent Health.
Eligibility and results may vary. A beautiful, confident smile can change everything. It changes how people see you and how you see yourself. When you're proud of your smile, confidence comes naturally. At Sage Dental, we make that confidence possible. Using the latest technology, our caring team of dentists, orthodontists, and oral surgeons use minimally invasive techniques for the smile you've always wanted. Whether it's braces, clear aligners, implants, partial or full restorations, all of Sage Dental's personalized treatments are conveniently done right there in the office. With same-day and next-day appointments, call Sage now and visit our newest location in St. Petersburg. We work with most insurance plans. No insurance? No problem. Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on care. Call 800-299-1100. 800-299-1100. That's 800-299-1100.
Don't miss out on IDC's biggest ever spring store-wide sale. 3 explosive days, April 24th, 25th, and 26th. Save up to 30% off rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, and more. Plus, it's like double the selection, as acclaimed designers are here with their entire lines on sale. And don't miss IDC's largest ever selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. It's April 24th through 26th. IDC's biggest event ever. Up to 30% off or 36 months zero-interest financing. International Diamond Center. Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. See store for details.
Turn up the temperature at the Gold Club, where Tampa Bay comes to play. Enjoy the hottest lineup, the boldest atmosphere, plus prime rib every Wednesday, and the hottest lunch specials daily from noon to 3. More VIP, more stages, more champagne. Visit 6222 East Adamo Drive or TampaGoldClub.com.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. 1025 The Bone. Wheel Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Guys, if I could just have your attention.
Let's go! Turn it on now!
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go. Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast.
Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
It's JP, hour number 2 of the show, brought to you by JustCallMo.com, Tampa's injury attorneys. 800-771-1025 is always the phone number. And if you want to watch the show, you can do so on YouTube. Just put in 1025 The Bone. The YouTube channel will pop up. Boom, there you go. We'll get the dead guy in 10 minutes or so. Yeah, Diz, what's up?
We could definitely do a dirty teacher every day.
What happened now?
Week until the summertime. And I think even in the summertime we can get some dirty teachers, if I'm being
I like the theme, like summer's off, like teachers have off.
Yeah. I like that.
If we did it, it would need like a theme song.
Yeah.
It would have to be set up from the very beginning.
Sure. Yes.
You know, kind of like Nerd Notes.
Yeah.
But a little less gay.
I vote for Zip
I would agree. So this one happened here in Florida at Cocoa Beach. And,
Okay.
The teacher, Kirsten Rose, 37. So she was hanging out with this boy about 5 months. For, different reasons. Obviously, they're hanging out and eating up. And one day, the parents saw that the boy wasn't home from work.
How old is he?
Let me see if this
17.
Doesn't say the exact age in this article.
Shoddy.
How's that possible? That's shoddy journalism.
Shoddy journalism. It just says, sex with a student. So, obviously under 18. But they questioned him. They're like, where the hell were you? We see you're at this unfamiliar home. And he replied that he was with his girlfriend without naming the teacher.
Oh, God.
So I guess they kept pressing him over and over again. And he finally rolled over and was like, it's with the teacher. And they got her.
He ratted himself out?
Ratted himself out. This idiot kid could have said anything. One of my homeboys' houses.
Yeah.
Or, he could have even kept the lie with the girlfriend. But he gave the name up and gave the
Yeah,
teacher
but you
up.
know what, too? The parents, chances are, I'm not the only parent by a long shot that's got like a life 360.
Yeah.
Right?
I would have if I was that age, this age, in this era, my parents would have definitely made me have this.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, my kids have it. But they probably knew more already by the time they even asked him.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying? They might have, because they probably knew where he was. They probably knew the address he was at. Were they at the teacher's house when it happened?
They were he was at her house.
So they probably, listen, here's the one thing I know about at least the women in my life. If their spidey senses are tingling, they should all be in the CIA. All of them. Private detectives, CIA, FBI, they'll be on a mission until they get the truth. Guys are lazy. They're like, whatever. What do you say? He was at his girlfriend. He was at his girlfriend's house. Leave it alone. Moms? Mama bears? Hell no. My wife would not let that die until she got the answer that she felt in her gut.
Really?
No way. If my son came home and said I was at my girlfriend's house and we didn't know he had a girlfriend, and then he's tight-lipped about it and he's trying to shut the conversation down, there's no way you're getting Mama Bear off that trail. No way.
My mom was that way.
Really?
But I wasn't doing anything wrong. But she would get to the end of it and be like, "Oh, okay, you were right." But she would go through all of it.
Yeah.
And for the record, if I was a teenager and my mother's spidey senses were tingling, hell, nuh-uh. She ain't stopping.
Yeah.
She's not stopping. And she didn't have no Life 360. She didn't need it.
She was her own Life 360.
100%.
Yeah.
If I tried to lie like that, she'd see right through it. She's like, you're lying, and I'm going to get to the truth. You can either tell me now, or when I get it, I'm going to beat you with it.
Yeah. My mom was good at catching me in lies early. She would do the thing like, you ever seen the movie Menace to Society?
No.
I think so.
Where he's it's like a famous scene where he's getting interrogated by a cop. And the cop kind of leads him down like, oh, tell your story. And then he's like, oh, I got to the store at 8 o'clock and I blah, blah, blah. And they did this. And he's like, all right, so you got to the store at 7 o'clock. He's like, yeah, 7 o'clock. He goes, you know you don't effed up, right? You know you don't effed up. Because he kind of just leads him into the lie to see what he would say.
Yeah.
My mom used to do that to me all the time. And then I just learned, don't lie to her. Don't lie to her.
Also,
You're
no
not going to win.
Yeah. Well, and she would always tell me, he goes, if you lie to me, I do not know how to protect you. So think of me like a lawyer. You got to tell me the whole truth, or how am I supposed to defend you? I'm like, all right, you got a point.
Well, they're lying in that case anyway. They're not trying to protect you. They're trying to lock you up.
Oh, who?
The cops, you mean?
No. My mom. My mom would say that. Like, if you lied to me, I cannot defend you because then I'm defending a lie. So I'm like,
so I'm assuming since you brought the story up, the teacher got locked up in this case?
Oh, yeah. They're still investigating, I guess, like further in. I'm sure they're going to look at the phone and find out they had text messages together and illicit photos or whatever. But
did he admit to having intercourse with the teacher?
And also
sexual activity with a minor. So yes.
Did she? Okay. Did you say it already? How old she is?
She's 37.
She's 37 and he's
40
17.
Years old. Come
Listen,
on.
But the good news is she's not that good looking. Because, like, usually you're like, why is this good-looking teacher doing this? This one makes a little more sense. Like,
she's got
ugly woman, yeah. She's
What would be the
face
age?
like a foot.
Yes.
As me as double nickels, where you guys would be like, that's too young. Like, stop.
What?
Not, and I don't mean underage. I don't mean underage. I don't mean underage. No, I don't mean
anything under
underage.
18,
No, I
probably
mean like
stay away from.
above age, over 18.
I was waiting for Dizzy to be like 8.
Yeah.
No.
And then we react, and he goes, teen. No, you stop me. You just cut me off.
No.
18.
Above 18, but that you would think, okay, Monica.
You know me. I like on age. I don't want young. I don't want to have to talk to young. I don't want to have young translated into old people speak.
But I'm also of a different mindset. I'm not saying I'm 18. I'm saying my brain is not. I feel like I'm younger than I am. I'm not saying I'm 18.
I know you.
But I'm saying
I would say I think when you get older, then the gap kind of gets a little bigger to me.
Yes,
if that makes sense.
same. Absolutely.
So like 50s, I would even say 30s, late 30s, mid 30s. It seems low, but it's okay at 55. But if you're 30-something, you go like 21, I go, ugh, gross.
Yeah, you creepy bastard.
Yeah, get someone your own age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of it's a number, obviously, but it's also like when you're 22, 23, your brain is just
different. You're different. You're in
than
a
when you're in
different
your
mentality.
30s, when you're 50.
Yeah.
It's just two totally different
See,
things.
I just have always been attracted to on age, like people around my age.
Yeah.
You know, I've never even like it's never been a, you know, I need the young. Like if Nicole, you know, tragically died in a car accident or something like that, I can tell you this: I'm not dating a 20-something or 30. Like I'm not doing a Belichick. Hell no.
I tried it not too long ago, like a month or so ago. Like I was seeing this girl that I knew. She was mid to early 20s, but she was like an influencer.
Yeah,
and
but that's the thing too. Like I might, if I was interested in somebody, I would probably go check out their social media.
Yeah.
And if it's nothing but selfies and kissy faces, and for some
Duck
reason,
lips.
putting duck lips and putting every single thing they do on social media, like out.
I knew her, like I didn't meet this girl on a dating app. I knew her through a mutual friend, and we went out to dinner. And while we were waiting, I just remember like standing at the side, and she starts dancing near me. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she points at the camera. She's like, "Come on, do this dance with me." I'm like, "Absolutely not." What do you mean, do this dance? And she's like, "You're a dancer." I go, "Yeah, but I'm not an asshole. I'm not just gonna do that in front of the camera for some stupid TikTok dance." That's not me.
I always said that it would be. My rule was always older. Like I don't want anybody younger, because just for that reason, I'm like, ugh, I just don't feel like dealing with stupidity. But now that I'm older, and anybody older than me is like, ugh.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I have to go younger. I don't see as I have a choice.
Yeah. And I'm not dyeing my hair again anytime soon. I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
That would be funny if you just came in with black hair one day.
Although,
like, what are you doing?
Oh, I would love that. And what if you did your eyebrows too, and it would like stark black, like a jet black? Oh, do it.
Yeah, you should do that.
No.
We should make a bet, and if you lose, you have to do that.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And
what, dye my hair?
Dye your hair.
Also
all
dancing,
black.
a TikTok dance or something.
I'm
that
not
would
doing a TikTok dance.
Oh,
I dye my hair way before I did a TikTok
I
dance.
want to see them both.
There's not a chance.
What if would you dye your hair and do a TikTok dance with
Not
the
a
dyed
chance.
hair? Come on,
No.
come on.
No.
That's all I want. That's all I want.
No.
Do you think your rating would go up or down with Carmen if you dyed your hair all black?
Oh, Silver
I
Fox
think it would
gone.
I think it would go down.
Yeah.
I think it would go
I don't know.
down.
I think she has a crush on like the JP of it all. So I don't know that I think she'd prefer you as a Silver Fox, but I think she'd still be like, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just too lazy to keep up with it. That's how I ended up dying in the first place. I stopped dyeing my hair in the first place because I had one. Did I tell you that I had one of the mothers on my team who was a colorist?
What?
Oh.
She was a colorist. Like that's what she did for a living.
I was like, you're trying to say racist?
No.
Like,
She was a colorist, you know, and
Yeah.
she colors people's hair. She just put her arm around me one day. She was like, "Stop." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Stop dyeing your hair. Just let it go. You'll look distinguished. It'll be fine. Don't worry
It
about
had
it."
to come from her. It had to.
Right. It came from she just looked me straight in the eye. She's like, "I do this for a living. Stop it. You don't keep up on it. Your gray's popping out all over the place. You're way overdue. You're not doing it. It's the same thing every month. Knock it off."
Yeah.
And I never dyed my hair again.
Just take some personal little scissors to the eyebrows once in a while, and you're good to go.
I'm going today.
Okay.
I'm going today.
All right. And you're good.
I have a haircut right after the show.
Little man, what are they grooming? Like a little
What?
grooming. It's minimal.
He's going to be grooming. What?
grooming.
Yeah, no, doing my eyebrows.
Oh,
That's part of that's part of the whole grooming thing.
Yeah.
It's hard having to let certain times like that go. Like when my hair was thinning on the top, and I was like, oh, man, like I'd take a shower and look crazy when I come out the shower.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it's time to cut the hair.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
Got to move on from that.
I know, and it's thin. Like I'm at the point now where I either have to do the hair replacement thing soon, or it's over.
At what age are you going to, I mean, what do you feel like, you'll be like, I don't care anymore. Like, whatever, it is what it is, and I don't.
I'm kind of getting there, but I don't want to cash in my chips just yet.
60?
You know, Robert Kelly.
65?
Robert Kelly used to have a bit about like what fat he was on. Like he's on his third fat. He's on his fourth fat.
Oh my God.
So where he would like lose weight and you're feeling great about yourself. And then all of a sudden you just let it go, and then you're on your second fat, and then you can say, you know what, I'm not doing this to myself, and then you lose the weight again, and you're like, then you let it go, and you're on your third fat. I am at the point where I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my hair, and I'm like, you can do it again.
You're on your fourth gray,
and you probably should do it one more time, and then maybe hopefully it sticks, and then by the time, because I did it once before, and I did it 10 years ago, but the thing about it is like. They don't tell you. So they take the hair out of the back of your head, right? Because that's genetically programmed to never fall out. Okay? And then they take that and they put that on the top of your head, right? And then everything looks cool. The problem is the hair that was already on top of your head, then that falls out over time.
Oh, no.
So then you got to do it late. But they don't put that in the brochure.
Yeah.
Right? They don't put that in the brochure, so then you got to do it again.
But also it's been, I'm not saying
Repeat
it's right,
business.
but 10 years is a long time. Like,
Yeah. Right. So I need to do it's been roughly 10 years, 8 or 10 years.
The big thing for me, because like my hair is very, very short. Instead of like doing what are they called? The
laser?
The implants thing, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Tattooing is like the big thing.
My buddy did it.
Yeah.
no.
And the
Dude.
Oklahoma was she was telling me that she sells that. She goes, honestly, if you ever want, I could get you a discount. I'm not doing that, but
But
it
I'll
looks
tell you
good
what,
on a lot of
Diz,
people.
my buddy did it, and you would never be able to tell. It just looks like he's got like military short haircut.
Yeah.
And you would never be able to tell. I'm not there because my hair, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't necessarily make sense for me to do.
I
But,
never say this. This sounds like something JP would say, but I feel like salespeople need to get on it for you, and maybe maybe
What, the tattoo
for
thing?
him to get a tattoo. Yeah.
Would you do it if sales brought it to you? Would you do it?
Ooh, I would look into it because I always worry about down the line. Like it looks good now, but what's going to happen
Good thing
when I'm 60 or 70?
Here's the thing now, though. If it doesn't look the way you want it to look, I can't tell you the last time I saw you without a hat on.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
just put your hat back on.
Get a toupee.
Yeah,
No,
no, you don't have to get.
Let's
you don't have
not.
to get-
Let's not. Yeah. All right. That's okay. That's where the line is.
You
I'm gonna
don't
get
have-
JP's hairdresser friend to say, nope,
Yeah.
that ain't it.
She actually knew Gordy because she was trying to get him to do it way back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when we matched, I was like, how the hell do you know Gordy?
He just shaved it. He just
Yeah.
he's just bald.
I would love to just. I think I want to do it one more time. It's like the recovery kind of sucks. You look like a douche for a little while.
But if you do it and it lasts another 10 years, you will be 65
Right.
almost. So at that point, I would imagine by then you won't care.
I had an appointment to get it done. I had an appointment. I had to deposit down the whole deal. It was supposed to get done in December, and I was going to do it right around the holiday break, so I didn't have to be at work. I wasn't going to be on camera, all that stuff. And I ended up having to get my shoulder done, so that was the end of that.
How do you feel though about so we're talking like if it does last 10 years in the future, what if in between then some new technology, something new happens? Are you adventurous enough to do something when it comes out new like that, or do you need it to happen?
I needed to let that happen for a little while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I need to speak to, and I need to see results and believe them.
Lasting, if there's any side effects in the long run, stuff like that.
Bill on line 1, what's happening?
Hey, JP.
Hey.
Took my son to Turkey this past summer
Okay.
because he was losing all of his hair on his head.
Yeah.
And for like $8,000, the kid has a full head of hair now, and it is just incredible. You want to take my number and talk to me about where he went in Turkey?
Are you going
I'd be more than happy to talk.
You know what's funny? I keep seeing.
No.
You see a lot of this stuff. Yeah, Monica, it's big over there.
I know, but you're
it's
not going
real
to go
big.
to Turkey.
But what's happening is you'll see they'll be so. Bill, you know what, dude? Thanks for the call. Hold on, Diz, get his number for me, please.
Yeah, gotcha.
You'll see videos now of all these guys coming back, like airplanes full of dudes with bandages on their heads on airplanes.
Wow.
Airplanes full of dudes. These guys just have their heads all bandaged up.
Y'all did the same thing.
And the plane smells like blood.
Oh, crusty
the plane will
blood, yeah.
smell
That's
like
so
blood.
gross.
But you go there, and it's like a 5-star. They pick you up. They give you a day around town. They show you to the hospital. They do like it's from what I understand. If it's done in the right place, it's done really, really well.
Oh yeah, you can always see like athletes or like celebrities that are losing their hair. Then all of a sudden, a couple months and they're like a full set of hair.
Yeah,
like Tosh .0 guy. He used to have a bad receding hairline. Then 1 year, just full set of hair.
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want luscious locks.
Yeah.
Do you?
If I could have anything back, like if it was add 4 inches to your height or get your curly hair back.
Really?
ASAP.
Did you like it when you had it?
What?
Did you appreciate it when you had it?
Oh, yeah. I used to love having mine because it was, people would want to, like girls would want to touch it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, come on. Go.
I feel like,
JP,
I feel like
I got other hair that's curly too. Touch that.
Short and curly.
Yeah.
JP, I feel like you talk about hair like I used to, not so much anymore, but I used to talk about height. Like if there was any way to be a little bit taller, I don't want to be tall, but like a little bit taller, all my energy would be going into figuring out how I could be taller. I feel like that's how you talk about hair.
100%. If I can change 2 things about myself tomorrow, I'd get my hair done and I'd get my love handle sucked out.
I mean, you could do that on your own. Like you don't have to.
You could just
what I did to drop that, when I did do it, what it took was
effort.
No, beyond effort. I had to starve myself. I had to, it was just, that was very, very difficult and not good for me.
Yeah.
Because my wife will say to this day that I ended up with an eating disorder. Because it was at that time. It was at that time where I all of a sudden was waking up in the middle of the night and stuffing my face.
Yeah.
Because I was depriving myself and I wasn't taking in enough calories, and it was bad. It was bad.
Well, why don't you just buy like a pair of jeans 2 sizes bigger, and then there's nothing that hangs over?
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's not even that. It's what I see in the mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not even about what other people say. It's what I see in the mirror.
I broke my tibia playing sports, and that affected my growth plate. I was supposed to be taller than my dad.
Oh.
And they offered me a chance to shoot hormones into my knee because I was still in the growing phase, and it could affect my growth, and I could get taller. And I said no because it was in the early phases. They didn't know what could happen, and like there's no one.
Yeah, but you weren't going to shrink.
Yeah, but see, what I was worried about is I do it, and I'm good for 10 years, and then when I get into my 30s, or like 20s or 30s, it's going to be I can barely walk.
Yeah.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah, the long-term effects are.
I was like, if there was people who could say, yeah, I did it and it worked, I'd be like, all right, cool, let's do it.
I probably would have jumped on that deal. I'm not going to lie.
I was supposed to be taller than my mom, too, but then my stupid coma and thyroid situation. We would both have been taller. Both of us. That's crazy.
My son came home from a doctor's appointment one day. He started breaking my balls. He was like, Doc says I'm going to be 6'1", 6'2". I'm like, I know your bloodline. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, my father was 6'1", 6'1", whatever it was, but I just,
I was only supposed to, it's 5'6", I think they said.
But tall, that's what I'm saying. I don't even have to be tall, but I was going to be over 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
That would have been a thing.
Unless my son, gets some sort of late growth spurt, he's stuck at 5'9". All right, dead guy in the envelope. White American guy, from music. He is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll start there. White American guy, music, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Was he a singer?
In one of his groups, yes, but not the group that is in the Hall of Fame. Like, he did some singing in that, but not as a lead singer, like backups and stuff like that. He'd come out and sing a song once in a blue moon, but he was not that band singer. So I'll give you that. Diz.
Did drugs impact his life? Like he had to go to rehab or he died from them?
Yeah, as a matter of fact. But, good luck finding a rock star whose drugs weren't a part of their life. Your job now, 800-771-1025. You give us a call. You take those clues. You ask yes or no questions. If you get a yes, You get to go again and ask another question until you get a no, and then we go on to the next call. You take all the clues, you put them all together, and win fantastic prizes. One more time, white American guy, from music. He has one of his acts was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Drugs were in his life, but like I said, most, a lot of musicians you can say that about. And he was the band that is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He is not the lead singer of. One more time, 800-771-1025. It's Dead Guy in the Envelope on 1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio, your yes or no questions when we come back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The open mic on the free 1025 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
At Farrah & Farrah, we represent people from all walks of life in matters involving personal injury cases. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter which neighborhood you call home. Because everyone deserves justice, dignity, and respect. And remember, when it comes to compensation, you only get one shot. Make it count. Call Farrah & Farrah at 800-500-5555. Tampa.
Mike Calta here for Shark Coast Tactical. This Saturday, April 18th, Trijicon and BNT take over the shop. We're talking elite optics, precision builds, and the real deal with reps on site. Yes, you can get hands-on, ask questions, and see what you're actually buying. If you're serious about your setup, you need to be here. Expect deals, giveaways, and a spend too much money kind of day. Trijicon and BNT Day this Saturday at Shark Coast Tactical. Often imitated, never duplicated. They're on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota, or shop online 24/7 at sharkcoasttactical.com and tell Mike Calta say it.
While most dealers want your tax refund, Ken Canley Kia wants you to save it. And with more new inventory than any Kia dealer in Tampa, that means more savings for you this tax season. Make your refund go further with up to $5,000 off MSRP on 2026 Kia Sorrentos and up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2026 Kia Sportages. Shop over 850 vehicles at KenCanleyKiaNewportRichie.com. Uncle Sam took his share. Now you keep the rest.
For offer details, call 727-853-1393.
Most financial advisors only manage your money. They refer you out for taxes. They refer you out for estate planning. They refer you out when things get complicated. Did they really vet that person? Or did they meet once, exchange business cards, and call it a partnership? A referral isn't accountability. It's a handoff. When your investments, taxes, and estate plan are built separately, gaps happen, and those can cost money. At Trajan, we didn't build a referral network. We built a family office for all. Wealth, tax, estate. One team delivering coordinated planning, once reserved for the ultra-wealthy. If you want real coordination and not just introductions, call Trajan Wealth today. Call Trajan today at 813-212-0500. That's 813-212-0500.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Who knows what the future holds for the next generation of grinders, go-getters, the gifted, and the fearless? What careers will attract the curious, unconventional, hands-on, and the independent? Even if you don't know what opportunities lie ahead for your child, you can start preparing now by saving for their education with a Florida Prepaid 529 plan. Because when you make a way, they can find theirs. Enroll by April 30th and get $50. Florida Prepaid. Save for their story.
If your heating or cooling system is on the fritz, call me, Bob from Badger Bob Services. We've got over 100 technicians on the road ready to help. From leaky sinks, busted fridge, and water heaters to even hanging a chandelier, Badger Bob's does it all. Proudly serving Tampa and the Sun Coast. Go to BadgerBobs.com and give us a call. Badger Bob's. Funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are. BadgerBobs.com.
License CSC 1815977, CFC 1428238, and EC 130099294.
My name is attorney Bill Sansoni. You might know me as Dead Air Sansoni from the Ask the Dom show. I represent people accused in crimes in Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Manatee, Polk, and Sarasota counties. I also represent clients in federal court across the country. If you have been arrested or accused of a crime, call me, Bill Dead Air Sansoni, at 813-361-0874 or online at sansoni-law.com. Offices, Tampa.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to JP.
It's that guy in the envelope. Phone number 800-771-1025. You got a guy, today's clues. You have a guy, from the world of music. He multiple bands, and he is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Monica asked if he was a singer. He did do some singing. In one of his bands, he was a singer. The band that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he is not a singer. 800, like backups and maybe come out and do a song during the set. But 800-771-1025. Let's start with Kyle on line one. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, guys, was this guy a lead guitar player?
He was not. He was not a lead guitar player. Sean, line two.
Yeah, was he inducted in the Hall of Fame in 86?
No. Mike, line three.
Hey, was he become a member in the 70s to the band that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No. Jose, line four.
He died in the last 20 years.
Yes.
Was he a guitar player?
No. Willis, line six.
Hey, how you doing? Was he married to a supermodel?
No.
Okay.
Jock, line seven.
Was he a white guy?
Yes.
Did he play an instrument?
Yes.
Did he play keyboard?
No. Ryan, line five.
Yeah, did he play in Alice in Chains?
No.
Did he die under the age of 50? Young with drugs?
Did he die under the age of 50? No. He did not die under the age of 50. Eddie, line one. Excuse me.
Yes, was he a bass player?
Nope. Sean, line two.
Yeah, did he have a beard?
He did not have a beard. Sorry, no beard.
Is it important to take into consideration this whole drug impacting his life, or is that just kind of like part of the deal? What?
Well, since I was kind of ignoring it for a reason.
Oh.
for a reason.
Trying to narrow this nonsense down, okay?
Way to pull the plug on that one.
It's what I do. Da-da-da-da-da-da, ruiner.
Right. 800-771-1025 to play along in our dopey little game. Justin's on line one. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, guys. Was this guy a drummer?
He was.
Was he a drummer for the Foo Fighters?
He was.
Oh, doctor.
That guy in the envelope, Taylor Hawkins?
Taylor Hawkins is the dead guy in the envelope, yes. He died of an overdose in a hotel room, I think in Colombia or something like that.
Oh, nice.
I didn't ruin that. Gareth did from asking that question from the get. That wasn't
I
me.
know, but then if you notice, I
know.
caught away from it and didn't repeat it. All right, your choice. I got a 4-pack of passes to the, a pair of passes, 4-day passes to Welcome to Rockville at Daytona International Speedway from May 7th through the 10th. I have Weezer, or I have Jeff Foxworthy at Ruth Eckerd Hall. What would you like?
Oh, Jeff Foxworthy, man, please.
All right, you got a pair of tickets to see Jeff Foxworthy, Ruth Eckerd Hall, April 24th. Congratulations. You are our grand prize pick and a poke winner. He is the dead guy in the envelope, Taylor Hawkins. He was a singer in his other band, Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders, and he had a cover band called Chevy Metal that he was a singer in.
I get it.
So there you go.
Chevy Metal.
They was so good. He was so good. So good. I wish I got to see him live. I never got to see the Foo Fighters until
how did I see the Foo Fighters? I saw him live. I saw him in Charlotte. They were playing. This is when they were just coming out. Like, this was 97, 8?
Yeah.
7,
you know what
6?
happened? Anytime they would come to the area, it was always like on a Monday or a Tuesday. And I was like, I'll get them next time.
They played like a street festival thingy, like an outdoor, like a Gasparilla Music Fest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're better.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have been, like, if people knew who they were, why are they playing the street festival situation?
Right, because they're just taking off.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because, he came out of Nirvana. And, Dave Grohl came out of Nirvana. And Taylor Hawkins came out of Alanis Morissette's band.
Oh.
And Sass Jordan's band. But
I don't know who Sass Jordan is.
When they came out, when they got together, and he wasn't even the original drummer of the Foo Fighters. Some other dude. Dave threw him out, brought in Taylor. But they did it, like, they started all over. It wasn't just because, like, he was the drummer in Nirvana. All of a sudden, they were getting all these monster gigs. It was small gigs, build, do radio, all that stuff. All of it.
There needs to be and maybe there is, and I don't know about it, like a show or documentary, whatever, of all the, wasn't the first. Like, my first thought is of the Beatles guy, like, who, you know what I mean? And then there was a guy at New Kids on the Block who said, no, thank you. And, like, where are those people that were like, pass, and then...
Or got thrown out of the band.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse. You got the guy...
that sucks.
There's a dude from Def Leppard who was drinking too much, and they threw him out of the band. And next thing you know,
Def Leppard
the next album, that, like, he was there for On Through the Night and the first record, and then all of a sudden... he gets
like,
thrown out of the band. They make Pyromania, and they're all over the place. He's like, hey!
He was like, screw you and your stupid little band. You're not going anywhere anyway. I'm drinking.
That's kind of one of those things. I kind of feel like maybe if, what was it? Was it The Office? Or one of those, Office, what was the movie?
Office Space?
Office Space.
Yeah.
Where, you get thrown out of the band, but you just show up to work the next day anyway.
Yeah. I'm here. Remember me, guys? Hey.
Because you don't really want to be thrown out of the band.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah, I'm not leaving that gravy train, especially when you got something.
You have to believe. You have to do it for the love of it, not the money.
Yeah. And then you got the dude from Metallica, Jason Newsted. He's like, you know what? F you guys, I quit.
See? Telling you there could be a documentary. What are these people? I don't really... I guess you have to tell the story of how they got, but, like, I need to know what they're doing now. Like, are they bitter somewhere drinking? I could have been me.
The more interesting story is not the guys that quit the band because they just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's the ones who get thrown out of the band right before.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you quit right before. Jason Newsted with Metallica, he rode some of the highest highs with Metallica. They did the Black Album. They did 250,000 people. Some might say almost 1 million people in that crowd in Russia. Like, it doesn't get any bigger than that. So he at least got to experience all that stuff.
Yeah, but what are you doing if you didn't? And then, like, what's your job now? Like, are you selling real estate or something?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, well, I got to know.
There was a behind the music from a band called Kix. It was like an
KIX.
80s yeah.
90s,
and
I want to say.
the guy, like, the band broke up, and, he got one of the guys got locked up with drugs. He got out of jail. And next thing you know, he was painting billboards.
See?
That's what his job, that's what he was down
That's
to.
what I want to know.
Painting billboards.
Could have been me.
Yeah. It's JP, Monica Dizzy, 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio.
Something don't seem right. I was dreaming, I was talking to you.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Subscribe to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic.
Hey, it's Alex Flores from Furman Chevrolet in Brandon. You know, as a veteran, it's important to me that men and women who served our country always feel welcome here because you deserve it. And there's a reason we're #1 Chevy dealer in Tampa. At Furman Chevy Brandon, we say yes. Yes to transparent pricing, no dealer add-ons, no inflated markups. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. And from me personally to all my brothers and sisters who served in the armed forces, yes, you are always welcome here. Come see us on Alamo Drive or visit FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy of Brandon. Together, let's drive.
John Senning from Senning Show here, and the Tampa community means a lot to me. Let's be honest. Not every attorney you hear advertising actually lives here in Florida. Attorney Mo DeWitt does. Just Call Mo isn't some out-of-state operation. Mo knows Florida. And I don't need to be an attorney to know that that really, truly matters. When you're dealing with an accident, that local knowledge can make a real difference. If you want a Florida injury attorney with deep roots in the state, just call Mo. If you're injured on the go, it's justcallmoe.com.
Man, these nights have been cold.
Heh, not that cold.
Well, you're from Mississippi, honey. We're not used to winter in Florida.
Especially at night if your power goes out.
Yeah, if that happens, call Bolt Electric.
And we're on our way.
Better yet, call us before that happens to you.
We'll give you our home electrical health and safety check so you can rest comfortably.
We're also experts in installing whole home surge protection.
Guaranteed to protect your electrical system from energy surges.
Just call Bolt.
Online at boltelectric.com.
Whether it's the roar of the crowd or the laughter of family, don't miss a moment. With 26 locations across Tampa Bay, Audibel Hearing is here to help you hear better, live better. And as a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Lightning, we know every sound matters. Audibel Hearing. Hear better, live better. Tune in for Reinventing Retirement, where premier wealth managers and retirement specialists discuss the most important and crucial retirement topics for your benefit. Saturdays at 9 a.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. Only on 102.5 The Bone.
Get down to Crown. Get down to Crown.
Crown Hyundai, where brand new offers just dropped. Like a 2026 Elantra SE, just $159 a month. Or a 0.99% APR. Or a 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE, just $219 per month. Or 0% APR. Each comes backed by America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000 miles with Hyundai Owner Assurance.
Get down to Crown.
CrownHyundai.com. For full details, call 1-800-298-8368.
Mike Halty here for the Golden Diamond Source. April means one thing, Diamond Days, and they're taking over. We're talking up to 20% off diamond jewelry all month long. And listen, if you've got old, broken, or unwanted jewelry just sitting around, bring it in. With gold prices at record highs, you could trade it in and upgrade into something that you actually want. And let me be clear, at the Golden Diamond Source, they sell only natural diamonds because if it's real love, it should be a real diamond. That's something that was made in a factory a week or two ago. And first-time buyers, this is perfect for you. They'll walk you through the 4 C's, show you every shape, every style, and put you in front of one of the largest selections of diamonds in all of Tampa Bay. And here's the part you're going to love. 0% financing for up to 5 years. $5,000, that's about $83 a month. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source all April long. Stop by and get in there and see for yourself the selection that they have. When you're looking for a diamond, make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. Tell them Mike Halty sent you.
It's some love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, Dad, why do people wait until it's hot out to call about their air conditioner?
Well, Badger Bob's has been doing this since 1982, son. That's just how it goes.
They should call Badger Bob's now to have it checked.
You heard Bob Jr. Now's the time to check your heating and cooling system. So Badger Bob's is offering up to $2,000 in cash incentives for early planners. Get your free estimate at badgerbobs.com. Badger Bob's, a funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are.
License CAC 1815977, CFC 1428238, and EC 1309294.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them.
I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Tell us what you think.
It makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. And now, back to JP.
I want you to want me.
It's JP. Thanks for tuning in. 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. 800-771-1025 is the phone number. You guys want some nightmare fuel?
Yeah. What? Yeah. No.
Nightmare
Wait,
fuel?
No. Why would I want that?
Well, you're getting it. Imagine going into the hospital. You were complaining of pains, right? And you go to the hospital. You're on vacation, actually.
In a different country?
Foreign country.
No, you're in the United States.
Oh, thank God.
I think this guy was from Alabama, but he was vacationing up in northern Florida, and he was feeling pain. Decides to go to the hospital, and they tell him, "We got to take out your spleen. Your spleen has to come out." And you say, "No, I want to go home. I just want to go back. Let me get back home, and I'll deal with it there." And they're like, "No, you really need to get this thing taken care of." And you talk it over your wife, and you go get that done. And you go and so you decide to have the surgery. And next thing you know, the doctor took out your liver instead of your spleen.
What?
And you're dead. How about that? This guy went in, he needed his spleen taken out. His name is Thomas Shaknovsky. He's 44-year-old dude. No, that's the doctor. So a Florida doctor was accused of fatally removing the wrong organ from a patient during a botched surgery. He was arrested and slapped with new charges over the deadly blunder. The doctor's name is Thomas Shaknovsky. He's no longer an MD. They stripped him of everything. He's 44. He was indicted on Monday of second-degree manslaughter after removing 70-year-old William Bryan's liver instead of his spleen.
God.
Okay? He was supposed to have a laparoscopic splenectomy.
This is going to sound weird, but do they look alike? Or do they?
No, your spleen is like tiny and your liver is not.
Okay, I don't know what.
Your
I don't
spleen
know.
is tiny and your liver, like this guy's liver was 4.5 pounds, which, by the way, I feel like when I weigh myself, now I want to take off 4.5 pounds because that's not fair.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's do that.
You know
kind
what
of
I'm
like when I take my shoes off at the doctor. It matters, damn it.
Right. You bet your ass it matters. I take my money out of my pocket, my wallet out of my pocket, my phone out of my pocket, my keys, everything goes there.
I'd go
kick my
naked if they
shoes
let
off.
me. Yeah.
I take the belt off. It says, so they locked up the doctor for that. And it says, this is from the sheriff's office. Our duty is to follow the facts wherever they lead without fear or favor. The grand jury has spoken, and our responsibility is to ensure the charges are carried out through the proper legal process. So this doctor, who's, again, he was a doctor, they ripped his medical license away from him. He pushed this guy into doing the surgery. He said, you need it now, you need it now. He didn't want to do it. You need it now. He wanted to go back to his home in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Turns out he goes to have the spleen removed. During the operation, the reckless doctor allegedly converted to an open procedure instead of the laparoscopic. Laparoscopic is when they put a tiny incision in there.
How do you know all of this?
And because I haven't enough surgeries to know about it. And they do a tiny little incision. And in this case, they ended up opening him up. He said, because he said with the laparoscopic, he had poor visibility, couldn't see what he was doing.
So this person was under, like he wasn't
correct.
awake. Okay.
No, he's under. So the doctor went on to snip and staple vessels around the liver, triggering a severe hemorrhage and sending the patient into cardiac arrest. While the staff scrambled to revive the patient, Shaknovsky continued dissecting the abdomen and did not call for assistance as he removed the 4.5-pound liver. The staff looked The staff looked at the readily identifiable liver on the table and were shocked when Dr. Shagnovsky told them it was the spleen.
No, it's not.
One staff member felt sick to their stomach. It says the guy was dead, pronounced dead, after the doctor insisted he died of a splenic artery aneurysm.
Well, of course he's gonna quadruple down on that.
Ready for this? He then requested the staff to label the liver as a spleen and send it to pathology. The staff in the room felt that Dr. Shagnovsky was attempting to convince them that this is what occurred, even though they witnessed something completely different. They saw it with their own eyes, and he was just trying to gaslight them into saying, no, you saw what you saw.
But also, the lab, let's just say they do that. The lab's going to be like, this ain't, like, you can't convince everybody.
Correct. Like, it would have got to the lab, and the lab would have been like,
no, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So anyway, the death was later ruled a homicide because the liver was removed during the splenectomy.
I mean, but not like he didn't. Did he do it on purpose? I don't know.
It doesn't seem like he did it on purpose. It seems like he's got no business operating on people.
And then to try and be shady. Oh God, I can't.
So it was ruled a homicide by the police department, but he ended up getting arrested. He's being charged with not homicide, with manslaughter.
Manslaughter, yeah.
How about that? Because it's not like I don't think he planned to kill him.
No,
they can't prove that he planned to kill him, but he did kill him because he was reckless. How crazy is that, man?
There was a moment, all I can think of is there was one moment where this doctor knew what he did.
Right.
And was like
ruh-roh.
F. Yeah. And like, there's not, now I'm going to, then his brain, after that, there's that one illuminating second. And then after that, it's all trying to figure out how you don't get in trouble, which is going to happen.
Now, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I'm going to ask it anyway. You don't think the family is entitled to financial compensation for losing a loved one?
I mean, they don't have to pay any of the hospital bills.
It doesn't matter. He died because of this dude.
I'm saying, like, I would say all of the clearly that the funeral should be taken care of, money going directly to that. But I don't know that they should profit. They should not get.
I'll never understand it.
But I'll never understand how you think that makes it better or okay.
Man, you planted your flag. You stick by that one.
But how does money, God forbid.
It's the only way. It's the only other way to punish him. It's the only other way to reconcile what was happening to you.
But it's not reconciling.
You want free COVID vaccines for life? Like
it doesn't bring him back to life.
No, it doesn't. But it's got it
helps the family.
How?
Now, there's a person who's not earning money and contributing to them. Now they have that compensated.
And my only thing with that is we don't know, God forbid, if he would have died in a week or
70.
2 years.
Yeah, but we also know if he would have went and got a lottery ticket that week and won millions.
But since we know none of that, we can't assume either way. So I'm not going to get money on.
You got to err on the side of caution on that one, don't you?
I got to err on it's not going to bring him back.
So much.
I just don't understand. Listen, I would honestly.
I wish you didn't hate money.
Yeah,
don't hate money. I will say this: if God forbid that happened to someone and that was me, all I could think of is this money that I have now. I don't want it. It reminds me of this guy's death, and I want him. Now I'm mad at the money. Now I don't want any part of this money because I know why I have it.
Have either one of you ever had to go to a doctor because you had something serious going on, or you thought it might be something serious?
What do you mean, like a heart attack or something?
No, like anything. Did you have maybe something going on physically that just wasn't right? You knew it wasn't right.
Yeah.
And then you end up having to go to a specialist or something along those lines?
Yeah.
Or a surgeon, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Do you look at the certificates on the wall?
Oh, I was so young. I was a kid.
And
I don't
see where he went to school? Because I tell you what, I see stories like this. I'm like, if this guy didn't go somewhere big, I'm getting out of his office.
It says Phoenix Online. You're like, oh, I'm out of here.
Well, better yet,
hold on.
Medical School of Costa Rica. You can kiss my ass. Bye.
Stop
DeVry, I'm out of here.
Bye.
You still have to pass all of the same. They all have to pass the same tests or whatever, right, to get their medical license. It doesn't matter where they went as long as they got the right knowledge.
I don't know if you do it out of the country. I mean, do you have to accept, I'm not a doctor, but I don't know if you have to take the same exams that you do here or the same rigorous
I think you do. I know
internships and all that kind of nonsense.
Not a medical doctor, but when my ex was an optician, and he had to and like Lori's a nurse, whatever. You have, for each individual state, you have to apply for, take a test or whatever, and get a new license for that state because the laws are different. So I would imagine as a medical doctor, you'd have to make sure you knew how to work in that state or that hospital. I'm
not saying the certificate on the wall has to say Harvard, but it definitely, College of Sheboygan is not.
You don't know. Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about USF?
No, I'm gonna need a John Hopkins.
I don't even know if I want USF. Chances are the guy was partying too much.
That's true.
Listen, I haven't seen USF campus, but I saw Tampa, and if it's anything like that, those kids aren't doing anything.
There's an actual beach.
They're banging and swimming. At USF, there's an actual beach?
Yeah, Castor Beach.
See, they're not doing anything. I don't want my doctor coming out of there.
Palm trees and a what do you call a hammock and all of that.
Yeah. By the way, real quick before we go, I saw a photo. Diz, did you see it? Martine Grammatica's daughter with Lionel Messi.
No.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was a recent picture. I'm like, that is awesome. I'm like, the kid will never forget that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
That kid will never forget that. But I'm sure it was the Argentina connection there between Martine and Lionel Messi. But you see the look on that girl's face. She's like,
of course.
I don't know how many times in your life you get to sit next to an absolute legend.
That whole family
Legend.
is so sports athletic.
Yeah, I think it was when Messi came and played. That was probably what the photo was from. When they were at Raymond James.
I just saw it the other day.
She is phenomenal at flag football. I don't know if you ever watched her videos.
Jumping up.
Seriously.
She's pulling some Adele stuff out of the air.
Yeah.
She's like going up one-handed grabs. That's it for us. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dizzy. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Sending Show is up next. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. The JP featured cut of the day. Listen right now on the 102.5 The Bone app. Sponsored by JustCallMo.com, Tampa's injury attorney.
Be the Thunder and cheer on the Bolts this postseason at Benchmark International Arena. Single game tickets for all Lightning first round playoff home games are on sale now at Ticketmaster. This Lightning postseason is presented by Advent Health.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Meet Zach. He's laid back, but means business about his business. Combine those, and you've got the proud owner of Florida's go-to place for cycling and community connection. That's why he banks with Mid-Florida, a local credit union who also cares just as much about the community as he does. And they gave him $300 when opening a new free business checking account, which means his financial worries have crashed and burned. Mid-Florida, your life, your money, your credit union. Insured by NCUA. 0.00% annual percentage yield. Terms and conditions apply and must be met within 6 months.
When something breaks at your house, you don't want to have to guess who to call. That's why I stick with Hawkins Service Co. They handle air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, even pool equipment, and they've been taking care of Bay Area homeowners for over 30 years. With more than 4,000 five-star reviews and real service guarantees, new customers save 10% off on any service when you mention the Bone. Schedule today at HawkinsServiceCO.com. Hawkins Service Company, one call handles it all.
Gas prices are up, so saving money where you can matters. That's where Ken Ganley Kia Newport Richey comes in. With more inventory than any Kia dealer in Tampa, we buy more so you save more. Lease a new 2026 Kia K5 GT line for just $125 a month. Shop over 850 vehicles today at KenGanleyKiaNewportRichey.com. Gas prices are high. Your car payment doesn't have to be at Ken Ganley Kia.
For offer details, call 727-853-1393.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Hey, it's Mike Calty here to tell you about my friends at Stingray Chevrolet in Plant City. During the Stingray Different Sales event, they're making room for summer inventory with one-time pricing below market value. Plus, the Stingray difference means you can trade up for less. They're paying top dollar while values are high. Keep the cash or use it to trade up and save even more. But don't wait. The best will sell fast. Visit StingrayChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside.